Raph? You asked, standing before the steep drop that was on the open manhole used to get into the sewers. Whenever you wanted to visit your best friends, you had to get one of them to get you. You were completely capable, but being blind made trying to get into the sewers on your own very dangerous. Yeah, I gotcha. Raph's deep voice came from nearby, his heavier footsteps approaching you. Then you giggled as you felt his hands come around your waist, and you were lifted onto his shoulders. His hard back helped keep you secure on his shoulders as he began lowering into the sewers via the ladder. Besides, even you tried insisting you could get down there on your own over the phone. It would trigger all 4 brothers to yell frantically disagreements at you as one of them would tell the others that he would go to pick you up. You had stopped trying to object about a month ago, since none of them have budged, even becoming more protective of you over time. This time, Raph had been the one to pick you up. He was the biggest teddy bear you had ever met, and you loved him dearly. From what you had picked up about him, he was easily the largest brother. He was muscular and had a sharp little tooth that poked out of the side of his mouth, which he had let you touch before. You also appreciated how understanding Raph was about you wanting to touch things and people to get a better mental idea of what they looked like. Donnie tended to flinch and tense up when you tried to get an idea of what he looked like. Mikey had problems sitting still long enough for you to see him that well, and Leo liked to tease you about the whole situation. We're at the bottom now, Raph informed you, heading forwards with you gently bouncing up and down on his shoulders as he walked. Okay, you replied. You wrapped your arms around his forehead, resting your cheeks against the fabric of the bandana he always wore on his head. So, what's new? Raph chuckled. As he knew, you knew how much he enjoyed recalling past events. Not much, you know. Ever since we beat Shredder, things have been pretty chill. Leo found a collection of comics someone had abandoned in an alleyway. Like, why would you do that? You giggled adoringly. I don't know, but it's a good thing for you guys that it did. Yeah, it is, Raph agreed. Donnie had to fix our coffee machine when Mikey's weapon went wild as dragged him around the kitchen. We're still trying to figure out why Mikey's weapon is giving him such a hard time. I wish you guys luck, you encouraged him, feeling the gentle swift of breeze that you always felt when entering the lair. You heard the rolling scuffing of Mikey's skateboard. You straightened to wave in his direction. Hi, Mikey, you called. Hey, Mikey exclaimed back, still rolling up and down the ramps on his skateboard. Oh, hey, Leo greeted, from where you could only assume that he was caught up in those comics Raph was talking about. Is Dee there? You asked as Raph carried you towards the garage hybrid training room, your favorite place to hang out with the big guy. He's been holed up in his room again, Leo replied absurdly, definitely signing that he was reading. Tell him I say hi, you called to Leo over the sound of the garage door opening. We will, Leo responded, and you soon felt Raph hold you again before setting you down on the ground. You smiled in the direction you assumed Raph to be in. Thanks for the ride, Raph. He chuckled warmingly, patting your head a couple of times with his large palm. Any time. Raph then went into a ramble about what the 2 of you could do, but you had something else in your mind. Raph? Could I actually ask you something? You interrupted him. Raph looked down at your small form. Of course, what is it? He asked, completely unhurt by your interruption. You took a deep breath. Raph, you're really awesome. And I have always found you cool ever since we met, and we've been friends for a while, and you couldn't see how Raph's eyes were now sparkling. And I was wondering if you would like to be my boyfriend, you trailed off. Raph was silent, shocked beyond belief, blushing in surprise. You were about to add something when the silence went on a little longer than you would like to have. But you stopped again when you were crushed with a big hug. Yes, I'd love to, he sobbed, the big gentle teddy bear getting choked up with happiness. You beamed, trying to return the hug, but your short arms hardly made it around his large form.